Welcome back to Sharmaland Chess, Magnus Carlsen versus Alireza Firouzja. Speed Chess Final 2025. And Firouzja chooses one of the most dangerous surprise weapons in chess, the Englund Gambit. Is it genius preparation? Or is it a risky gamble against the world champion? In this video, we are going to break down every single move of this intense battle, understanding the ideas, tactics, piece coordination, pawn structures, and hidden strategic plans behind each decision. This is not just move-by-move explanation. This is deep chess understanding. So if you love high-level chess analysis, sharp gambits, and elite mind battles, you're in the right place. Let's dive into the game. Game starts. Move 1, d4. Carlsen opens with d4. The white pawn from d2 goes to d4. This move controls the center, opens diagonal for the c1 bishop, opens the queen's path. Magnus chooses a solid positional start. Move 1, e5. Firouzja immediately shocks us. The pawn from e7 goes to e5. This is the Englund Gambit. Black sacrifices a pawn too. Create chaos. Avoid long positional battle. Drag the opponent into tactics. At classical level, this is considered risky. But in speed chess, very dangerous. Psychological pressure begins. Move 2, d takes e5. Carlsen accepts the pawn. Pawn from d4 captures pawn on e5. White is now pawn up. Magnus says, "If you give me material, I'll take it." Move 2, knight c6. Knight from b8 goes to c6. Black immediately attacks the pawn on e5. Simple development plus pressure. Move 3, knight f3. Knight g1 goes to f3. This move defends pawn on e5. Develops piece. Controls central squares. Very logical. Move 3, queen e7. Queen from d8 goes to e7. This is classic Englund Gambit idea. Now the pawn on e5 is attacked again. Black threatens. Knight takes e5. And quick pressure. Firouzja wants fast development. Move 4, knight takes c3. Knight b1 goes to c3. White supports the pawn again. Now the e5 pawn is defended twice. Magnus calmly reinforces. Move 4, knight takes e5. Knight from c6 captures pawn on e5. Black wins back the pawn. Material is equal again. But notice something. Black has developed a knight actively. Move 5, e4. Pawn from e2 goes to e4. This is powerful. White now controls center strongly. Attacks knight on e5. Opens bishop f1. Carlsen expands in the center. Move 5, knight takes f3 check. Knight from e5 goes to f3, capturing knight from f3. Check. This is critical. Black damages white's structure intentionally. Move 6, g takes c3. Pawn from g2 captures that knight. Now white has doubled pawns. Pawn on f3. Pawn on f2. Structure looks ugly. But open g-file appears. This can become attacking resource later. Very important imbalance. Move 6, c6. Pawn from c7 goes to c6. Why? Supports d5 square. Prepares d6. Controls b5. Solid consolidation. Move 7, bishop e3. Bishop from c1 goes to e3. Developing piece, connecting rooks soon, eyeing a 7 g1 diagonal. Move 7, d6. Pawn from d7 to d6. Black strengthens center. Now e5 square is stable. Move 8, queen d2. Queen from d1 goes to d2. This move connects rooks. Prepares long castle. Protects e3 bishop. White preparing opposite side play. Move 8, knight f6. Knight g8 to f6. Developing piece. Attacks e4 pawn. Black continues development. Move 9, castle. Magnus castles long. King from e1 to c1. Rook from a1 to d1. Now opposite side castling potential. Attack race may begin. Move 9, g6. Pawn from g7 to g6. Black prepares bishop to g7. Solid structure. Move 10, king b1. King from c1 goes to b1. Very subtle move. Why? To avoid. Checks on c-file. Tactics on d1. Prophylaxis at highest level. Carlsen improves king safety. Move 10, bishop g7. Bishop f8 to g7. Now black, dark square bishop is powerful. Controlling long diagonal. Critical middle game begins. Move 11, queen takes d6. Queen from d2 goes to d6, capturing pawn on d6. Strong move. White removes central pawn, invades position. Carlsen becomes active. Move 11, queen takes d6. Queen from e7 captures that queen. Queens are exchanged. Very important moment. Why exchange queens? Firouzja wants less attacking risk, more solid structure. Move 12, rook takes d6. Rook from d1 goes to d6, capturing black queen. Now white rook is very active on 6th rank. Excellent placement. Move 12, bishop e6. Bishop from c8 goes to e6. Attacking rook on d6. Black develops with tempo. Move 13, knight e2. Knight c3 to e2. Rerouting. Knight wants g3. f4. d4. Flexible maneuver. Move 13, knight d7. Knight f6 to d7. Black improves knight, targets e5, c5 squares. Move 14, knight f4. Knight e2 to f4. Attacks e6 bishop, eyes d5 square. White increases pressure. Move 14, king e7. King e8 to e7. Very interesting. Why? To connect rooks, prepare rook d8, centralize king in endgame. Since queens are gone, king can move. Move 15, rook d2. Rook from d6 goes to d2. White reorganizes. Rook ready to double on d-file. Move 15, knight e5. Knight d7 to e5. Powerful central square. Attacks f3 pawn, ic4 d3. Excellent knight placement. Move 16, knight takes e6. Knight f4 goes to e6, capturing bishop from e6. White removes strong bishop. Good strategic decision. Move 16, f takes e6. Pawn f7 goes to e6, capturing that knight. Structure changes. Black now has strong pawn chain. Open f-file potential. Imbalanced structure again. Move 17, bishop e2. Bishop f1 to e2. Developing last minor piece. White preparing rook activity. Move 17, rook hd8. Rook h8 goes to d8. Black contests open file. Pressure begins. Move 18, rook hd1. Rook h1 goes to d1. White doubles rooks on d-file. Massive tension. Move 18, rook takes d2. Rook from d8 captures rook on d2. Exchanges begin. Move 19, rook takes d2. Rook from d1 captures that rook. Now only one rook each. Endgame approaching. Move 19, knight f7. Knight e5 to f7. Defensive move. Knight protects. h6. g5. e5 square. Repositioning. Move 20, bishop c5 check. Bishop e3 to c5. Check. Forces king movement. Active bishop. Move 20, king e8. King e7 back to e8. King returns but now slightly passive. Move 21, f4. Pawn f3 to f4. Very important. White wants f5 push. Open kingside. Space advantage. Carlsen increases pressure. Move 21, bishop h6. Bishop g7 to h6. Attacking f4 pawn. Also targeting e3 square. Nice counterplay. Move 22, bishop e3. Bishop c5 back to e3. Defends pawn, keeps diagonal control. Solid. Move 22, e5. Pawn from e6 goes to e5. Strong central break. Black challenges structure. This is key moment. Black says, I'm not passive, I fight back. Position evaluation. After 22 e5. Material equal. White slightly better structure. Black active pieces. Dynamic balance. Speed chess tension. Strategic THEMES in this game. 1. Englund Gambit surprise weapon. 2. Structural damage versus open files. 3. Early queen exchange strategy. 4. Centralized king in endgame. 5. Pawn structure transformation. 6. Knight rerouting technique. 7. Rook file control battle. Lessons for you. If you are under 2000 rating, learn this. White heavy checkmark, don't fear gambits. White heavy checkmark structural weakness is not always bad. White heavy checkmark activity, pawn structure. White heavy checkmark central king is strong in endgame. White heavy checkmark speed chess requires practical decisions. What a fascinating battle. Even in a sharp and risky opening like the Englund Gambit, we saw how both players balanced calculation, strategy, and psychology under extreme time pressure. Carlsen showed calm precision. Firouzja showed fighting spirit and creativity. This is why speed chess is so thrilling. Every move carries tension. Every mistake can change the result instantly. If you enjoyed this deep move-by-move analysis, make sure to like the video, comment your favorite move in this game chess, and subscribe for more high-level chess breakdowns, traps, and Grandmaster analysis. This is Charlick Chess, and I'll see you in the next game. Chess Pawn Fire.